Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our weekly press conference today. This week, we're going to present 3 topics. First is an update from code enforcement on the results of the sweeps. Second is an update on the City of Erie's Love Your Block program. And third is a presentation of the Save an Eye trophy that's coming. First, since we're taking office in 2018, my team and I have been on a mission to build opportunity, restore hope, and transform Erie. We have been working hard to achieve our vision. One element of this is our vision for all residents to be able to live in welcoming, vibrant neighborhoods. A critical part of this vision is making sure that our neighborhoods are clean and safe, free of debris and other hazards that can accelerate into blight and neighborhood decline. Now, to provide an update on these efforts is the city's Director of Development Services, that's Chris Groner. Chris, the floor is now yours.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to, as the Mayor said, I'd like to provide a brief update and reminder of our code enforcement sweeps. Starting this past spring, the city's code enforcement office began conducting targeted inspections in specific zones throughout the city. The goal of this effort was to reduce and eliminate hazardous and unsightly junk and debris, large items, and trash. With each sweep, all of the city's inspectors focus on one area in a coordinated effort, viewing every street and property in that specific zone. And as of today, we have completed sweeps in zones 2, 3, 5, and 6, which is the center of the city. Starting next week, on Monday, July 14th, Code will begin a coordinated inspection of Zone 4 and will be there for the remainder of July. Zone 4 is the far northeast corner of the city. We then anticipate moving into Zone 1 in August, in the northwest corner of the city, with each remaining zone taking approximately 2 weeks. As a reminder, if a property is determined to have excessive junk and debris, the owner will be given a courtesy notice. That courtesy notice also serves as a legal notice. Once you've been given this, you will have 14 days to remove the excessive junk and debris. Then property inspectors will return to the same zone after 14 days to reinspect the area. If the trash still exists, the property owner will then be cited. That will result in additional fees and/or liens on the property. If the city is forced to clean the property, the abatement fee on this notice will be charged to the property owner. The abatement fees will begin at a minimum of $1,400, $1,401.27 to be exact. This cleanup cost will be attached to the property owner's water, sewer, and garbage bills. Additionally, multi-unit property owners may see the rental registration license renewal decline for failure to clean up their property and satisfy that abatement fee. The rental registration ordinance has been changed to now include any outstanding fees and liens as a disqualifier for license renewal. So simply put, if the city has to clean up the property and is forced to place a lien to recover those costs, the rental license will be denied until all fees and liens are paid in full. A disproportionate amount of necessary cleanup efforts have originated from rental properties. The specific responsibilities for cleaning and maintaining these units are between the landlords and tenants, and they vary with each lease, but in the end are not the responsibility of the taxpayer. To date, we have sent out just shy of 200 notices, but I am happy to report that the city has only needed to remove items from 4 properties. That has been a tremendous response, and we're very happy with that. Again, most owners are responsible and maintain their properties, but some are not. And the ones who are not taking care of their properties affect all residents in a very negative way. That is not right, and that is why we will strongly be encouraging owners to correct issues and maintain the required standards pertaining to housing, building, and health standards. We want to work with property owners, and we urge them to be proactive. The city offers large item pickup, You can request up to 3 large items to be picked up each week. But you must call first the refuse department to coordinate. And that number is 870-1550. There you can get details for the service, and you must call between 8:30 and 4:30, 72 hours in advance of your regular refuse pickup night. Again, that number is 814-870-1550. We urge all residents, property owners, and landlords to continue to do what is right and take responsibility for their properties. I also want to stress that this abatement fee and the change to the rental registration will remain in effect even if your zone has already been inspected. This means that each zone's code officer will continue to monitor conditions in their respective areas and will be able to issue notices going forward. I want to thank the code enforcement team, Public Works, and the Refuse Department for assisting in this coordinated effort. Let's all continue to work together to make this cleanup a success. And with that, I'd like to turn it back over to the mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chris. I want to commend you and all the city's code enforcement staff and our employees in Public Works for their hard work in making this program such an outstanding success. Next, we turn to the city's Love Your Block program. Love Your Block is an impactful initiative that continues to empower residents and volunteers by providing city resources and services to address blight throughout our community. This program has made a tangible difference in neighborhoods, and for an update, I would like to invite Liz Reyes. Liz is our neighborhood resource team leader from the Department of Planning and Neighborhood Resources. I'd like to invite her to provide us with an update on that program. Liz, the floor is now yours.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. Over the past 3 months, our staff have been working closely with neighborhood organizations and partners to conduct outreach to residents for the Love Your Block mini grant projects. To name a few, the Academy Neighborhood Association, Eastside Grassroots Coalition, Groundwork Erie, Our West Bayfront, Central City Neighborhood Watch, and Build CDC. On June 25th, Love Your Block, Build CDC, Johnson Real Estate Properties, and local volunteers planted 66 flowers in front of the new UPMC Health Plan Neighborhood Center at 803 East Avenue. We extend our sincere gratitude to all the volunteers whose hard work brought this project to life. Special thanks also goes to Sarah Peelman, City of Erie arborist, and Potras Floral Shop for their invaluable expertise into the landscape design. We're also grateful to the City of Erie Borough Parks for generously providing 2 truckloads of compost for this project. It's dedicated volunteers and partners like them that are steering the path forward for the Wayne Health and Wealth Equity District. Next, Love Your Block and the Academy Neighborhood Association teamed up this past Saturday for a successful neighborhood dumpster cleanup. A big thank you to Janina Lee with the Academy Neighborhood Association, Public Works Assistant Director Jeff Gibbons, the Public Works Streets crew, and volunteers for the leadership and commitment in making this event such a success. Together, we collected more than 45 tires, 150 TV screens, old computers, small electronic appliances, and vacuums. Volunteers and residents filled both a 30-yard and a 15-yard dumpster with junk and debris from the neighborhood. The impressive turnout was a joy to see as neighbors reconnected, shared resources, and celebrated their neighborhood with pride, smiles, and laughter. In addition to the cleanup, the Academy Neighborhood Association led a distribution of over 40 yard tools and more than 50 outdoor plants, generously provided by Potras Greenhouse to residents in need. Thank you to everyone who participated and helped us keep our neighborhoods clean and vibrant. To celebrate all of their hard work, neighbors and volunteers joined us on Sunday for the 814 concert in Bakerfield that featured the Barry King Blues Band presented by UPMC Health Plan and Northwest Bank. But don't worry, there's still plenty of opportunities to volunteer, get connected to information, and to enjoy and celebrate Erie's welcoming and vibrant neighborhoods. Anyone who's interested can sign up by visiting our website at erie.pa.us/LYB volunteer. You can also chat with us at our table at the upcoming 814 concert. We'll be there to share more about our projects and to present a certificate of funding to the Eastside Grassroots Coalition. Mark your calendars for this Sunday, July 13th at Roger Young Park, starting at 5 p.m., featuring Stephen Trahowski, the 814 Thelonious Monk Project. We're so excited for the weeks ahead of us, and I hope you can join us to be a part of the work in making the city we live in a more beautiful place. For any questions, please contact our team at 814-870-1269 or email us at loveyourblock@erie.pa.us. Now I'll turn it back to Mayor Schember. Mayor?
Thank you very much, Liz, and thank you to your team as well, our city departments, community partners, and volunteers for continuing to work together to uplift our neighborhoods and our communities. I especially want to thank UPMC Health Plan, Northwest Bank, American Tinning and Galvanizing, and the Commonwealth's Department of Community and Economic Development for supporting this very exciting initiative. As Liz mentioned, our next free 814 concert is this Sunday, July 13th at 5 p.m. at Roger Young Park. It will feature Steve Trahowski, who will present the 814 Thelonious Monk Project, and will include food by Underdog BBQ. In addition, we enjoyed our first Sounds of Summer concert on Monday at the VA Center with the Rooftop Project. We will have our second Sounds of Summer on Monday, July 14th at 7 p.m. at the Mercy Terrace Apartments featuring the Liz Sessler-Beckman Quartet. For more information, the entire summer concert series is available at 814concerts.com. Finally, we will end the press conference with a special presentation of the Save an Eye Trophy in recognition of this Erie's Metro team's win over the county squad in the 87th annual Save an Eye All-Star Football game. Bob Senser Jr. is the president of Erie Lions Club. Welcome, Bob. Would you like to say a few words?
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Congratulations, Mayor.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Yes.
The mission of the Erie Lions Club is to provide eye care and associated services for needy children and adults in Erie County. To raise money for this charity, in 1939, the club began the Save an Eye All-Star High School football game. This game used to be played between players on teams from the city versus players from the county. Now the game is between two teams which we call the Metro and the county due to closure of city schools. We had to realign. At the most recent game played this past June 27th, 2025, the Metro All-Stars defeated the County All-Stars 35-14. This was the 87th game in this series dating back to 1939. It's the second oldest charity high school football game of its kind in the country. The oldest is the Dream Game, played in Scranton area, and coincidentally is also sponsored by a local Lions club. This year's game raised nearly at least $25,000. Actually, it was more than that. We don't have the final figures, but we've raised enough money so that we're able to provide eye care, vision screening for underage children. And since the game's inception, the Erie Lions Club has provided millions of dollars for eye care for needy people in the Erie region. The Erie Lions Club provides tens of thousands of dollars each year, as I mentioned before, for vision screening for grade school children. We also contribute to Envision Sports, which was a sports camp for blind athletes, which was held yesterday at Barron, and Beacon Lodge, which is a summer camp for the visually impaired children. And we provide eye classes and examinations for people in emergency situations. So with the Save an Eye Trophy, Mayor, thank you very much.
Again, thank you very much, Bob. We really appreciate that. And on behalf of all the individuals and families throughout all of Erie, thank you very much. And congratulations to the Metro team for bringing home the win. We will display this trophy outside my office for everyone to see who visits us on the 5th floor. Now that concludes this week's press conference. Please be sure to follow us on social media for the latest updates on everything happening here in the city of Erie. Thank you very much for joining us, and enjoy the rest of the week. Thank you.